is News 25 with Deanna O'Donnell. News 25, local news you can count on. News is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Give them a call, 727-9900. News is also brought to you by Desert View Hospital. You can count on us.
Welcome to News 25 here on KPVM TV and Ace Country Radio. Today is Friday, January 6th. I'm Deanna O'Donnell. Well, a GoFundMe page has now been set up to help a victim of a structure fire who lost everything and two beloved pets last week on Retread Road.
Last month, KPVM News 25 reported on a structure fire on Retread Road in Pahrump. Deborah Gordon lost everything. Debbie is an Air Force veteran and former nurse who has fallen on hard times. She lost her home and two dogs. A GoFundMe has been set up. If you would like to help out, visit GoFundMe and search Debbie Recovers After Catastrophic Home Fire.
Well, additional funding was approved to pay for an outside attorney to fight the Vasily Platinov dog hoarding case. These funds were used to fight the bankruptcy portion that Platinov filed in an attempt to keep the 300 dogs as property. The court ruled against Platinov, and the dogs were in turn relinquished to Nye County.
A payment not to exceed $10,000 was approved to the law firm of Garman Turner Gordon LLP for representation of the Nye County Sheriff's Office in the matter of Chapter 7 bankruptcy filing by Vasily Platinov.
Chair, I'd like to make a motion to approve in the amount not to exceed $10,000 and to fund from 10101.
Second.
Since we have a civil division, is it possible for us to do this in-house, or is what the reasoning for going out?
Moving forward, that would be great discussion for the newly elected district attorney, and we can do that in litigation session, non-meeting. And based upon the complexity and the stays that were issued in this matter, with the execution of the warrants and the volume and complexity of the court proceedings, the outside firm was determined to be needed because of the documentation and motions and replies that were necessary in order to have that proceeding go smoothly, which it did. So for moving forward, that would be something to be taken up with the new district attorney, but absolutely we could look into that.
Okay, and I just wanted to ask that question for the people in the audience because I figured they will come and ask me if I don't ask you first. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Commissioner Cox. Commissioner Carboni, did you have anything, sir? Okay, if there's no further discussion, I'd like to call for the vote, please.
Aye.
Spores, aye.
Carboni's aye.
Boscovich, aye. 5-0.
And a presentation was made before the Nye County Commissioners this week regarding future plans for the county. The plan was not received well by at least one commissioner.
A new 5-year comprehensive economic development strategy for Nye County was presented to the Board of County Commissioners. Although the item did not have to be approved or rejected, commissioners had mixed emotions.
For those of you not familiar with the Comprehensive Economic Development Strategy Program, it is a program that is administered by the U.S. Economic Development Administration and the U.S. Department of Commerce, really designed to assist communities and organizations in identifying what their community and economic development priorities are going to be. There are several sections in the technical report which make it very clear that representatives from the county and small business owners and existing residents do not want a big city, that they demand that in the community and economic development efforts that are going to be pursued remain consistent with the culture and identity and heritage of Nye County, as well as individual communities like Tonopah and Beatty and Amargosa and Pahrump and others.
What you talk about sounds really good if you want to create a big city or 20 big cities, if you want to just eat up all our land with solar energy and fields and putting tons of people in here from wherever you're going to get them, maybe California, maybe Chicago. But the people that live in the rurals that come here because they want peace and quiet and solitude and all those things are going to be pushed out. There'd be nothing left for them. I've been doing this for 53 years. I've been in this a lot longer than you have. I started out in planning and zoning in Clark County, by the way. And here's the word comprehensive, and here's the word comprehensive. And I've always been told, and I've always told everybody else, if it says comprehensive, run away from it as fast as you can. Okay, so you're not going to meet with the people being happy with this. I can tell you right now, this is a smoke screen, and I'm not trying to be rude, but I'm trying to educate certain people on the board and in the county that there's a lot more in this for you and the Chamber of Commerce and Paul's Association and everything than there is for the people.
What our problem is the name of the plan. Comprehensive. So every time we use the word comprehensive, we're going to get this kind of pushback. So can we change the name? Is that a possibility? It's that simple. This is the work that's been done in the community. And it's frustrating that we have people that want to bring us grant dollars that work for the University of Reno and are paid by the University of Reno to build these documents and then go help us find what we have said we need. I can't even believe that we're in this discussion this deep and going off the rails because it says comprehensive and going off the rails because it has solar in it. We only have to say we would like to use this as a guideline. So don't adopt it. Don't let it move forward. Do not ask for a motion and just let them go on with their document. Thank you, Chair.
And actor Jeremy Renner is in the hospital recovering from being run over by a 7-ton snowplow in Washoe County this week. The 51-year-old Marvel actor is in critical but stable condition. Renner was critically injured on Sunday when the plow crushed him after he used it to tow his car on a snowed-in private road near his home in Reno. He was reportedly helping a family member who was driving the car and had gotten stuck. After successfully towing the car, Mr. Renner got off the plow, which then began to roll, according to the Washoe County Sheriff. Renner had attempted to get back into the driver's seat to stop the rolling vehicle, but was run over. On Monday, he underwent surgery for blunt chest trauma and orthopedic injuries. Washoe County Sheriff Ballum said that the treacherous snow conditions near the actor's home made Renner's rescue challenging, as several cars had been abandoned along the roadways and a major highway was closed. A photograph posted on Renner's Instagram profile showed him bruised, wearing a hospital gown. Renner is not only part of the Marvel universe, but also nominated for 2 Oscars for his roles in The Hurt Locker in 2008 and The Town in 2010. News 25 will return right after this break.
You're watching News 25, the most recognized and farthest reaching local news in Nye County. News 25, local news you can count on.
Welcome back. Well, Las Vegas realtors report that Las Vegas area home prices are back where they were a year ago for December of 2022. The Southern Nevada housing market ended the year with home prices giving back all the ground they gained during the year. LVR reported that the median price of existing single-family homes sold in Southern Nevada through its multiple listing service during December was $425,000. That's down 1.4% from November and matches the median price from December of 2021. It's also down from the all-time record of $482,000 in May of 2022. The median price of local condos and townhomes sold in December was $246,950. That's down 5% from the previous month and down from the all-time record of the price of $285,000 in May, from $242,000 in December of 2021. By the end of December, LVR reported 6,211 single-family homes listed for sale without any sort of offer. That's up 175.9% from the same time last year. Likewise, the 1,390 condos and townhomes listed without offers in December represent a 259.2 jump from 1 year earlier. Well, 2 people arrested for alleged mail theft operation is facing now additional charges.
Mesquite Police Department has an update regarding the couple who were responsible for a series of local mail thefts in Clark County, Nevada. Linda Faye Serac, age 34 of Las Vegas, and Roger Theodore Jenkins, age 55 of Pahrump, are facing multiple criminal charges as investigators continue to work this case. Detectives later recovered a stolen motorhome that the pair had been living in. As authorities processed the RV, they discovered a forgery lab with fake documents and forged checks. Over a period of weeks since the couple was arrested, detectives recovered stolen sports memorabilia, mailbox keys, and a 9mm handgun. There are more than 70 victims and 160 charges filed between the pair, and those numbers may rise as the investigation continues. Back in December of 2022, News 25 first covered the story that Mesquite Police Department have arrested the duo for allegations of multiple mail thefts in Clark County, Nevada. Officers in Mesquite responded to multiple reports of mail theft over the past several months. Officers had a lead when surveillance footage of a large flatbed truck driven by the suspects were obtained by detectives. On December 5, 2022, a Mesquite police officer saw that same truck at a fast food drive-thru. As officers attempted to stop the suspect vehicle, the driver sped off, nearly hitting two police vehicles and a family riding their bicycles, according to police. The suspects were subsequently seen on foot after they left their vehicle behind. Authorities caught up to the suspects and detained the two. According to the police, Serac had multiple stolen credit and identification cards in her person. Both were taken into custody for the alleged charges. As of January 4th of this year, both Jenkins and Serac are currently in custody at the Clark County Detention Center for their alleged crimes.
And police arrest a driver who reportedly led them on a short pursuit.
Nye County Sheriff's deputies arrest a local man following a pursuit. According to the declaration of arrest, on December 30th, deputies observed a vehicle described as a black truck failing to yield at a stop sign at the intersection of Pahrump Valley Boulevard and Mance Road. The truck reportedly left the Horizon Market convenience store and traveled east on Mance Road. Officers then attempted to conduct a traffic stop at that time. They report that the vehicle accelerated after they activated the patrol vehicle's lights and sirens. The truck also swerved into the oncoming lane and nearly crashed into a patrol vehicle, also in pursuit at that time, according to deputies. The suspect vehicle then turned south onto Money Street and eventually stopped on the side of the roadway. Officers conducted a felony stop in which they ordered the driver, later identified as Joseph Hernandez, out of the vehicle. They say Hernandez appeared to be sluggish and slow while following commands and detected a strong odor of an alcoholic beverage. Officers then conducted a standardized field sobriety test on the scene, which they say the driver failed. He was then taken into custody on suspicion of DUI, driver disobeying a peace officer, fleeing while endangering others. 3 samples of the driver's breath analysis showed his blood alcohol level at 0.263, 0.290, and 0.265.
And in Las Vegas, they have updated their animal ordinance. Rory Roselle tells us all about it.
The Las Vegas City Council met on January 4th and had a bill on their agenda to increase Title VII, which addresses limits on animal ownership. Councilwoman Victoria Seaman brought this item forward with the proposal to increase the number in particular place or residence from 4 to 6 dogs or cats that can be kept without needing a specific permit. The first question asked by Councilwoman Olivia Diaz talked about a sizing of a residential unit not included in this bill.
I just want to make sure that we're going to make strides in the right direction. We're thinking about, we just had the conversation where the majority of folks that are breeding are not getting a permit. I just don't want to open the door also for them to continue to do it and not be questioned, and now they have an exorbitant amount. But then I think we need to do what's humane for our pets as well. So the size of where they're going to be is important in the conversation. So I want to make sure we We don't allow, 6 big dogs in a micro unit.
Councilwoman Seaman responds, saying that the people who usually get a pet license are responsible. She also brought up that this bill was because rescues and shelters are full right now. There has been reports stating that animals in Clark County are being abandoned at record-setting rates. Furthermore, with citizens in the United States bouncing back from COVID restrictions and getting back into the workplace, pet owners who adopted during lockdown realized that they are not always home to take care of their animals.
People that do obey the law and get a license are not going to get a 5th dog even though they can take care of them. We're not policing people who want to hoard and have 10 animals in their home. This is really for that person who wants to abide by the law, and they can take another animal in, and yet they don't because it is illegal. There is usually restrictions on apartments and condos that can only have 1 dog or no dog or 2 pets. That is common, very common.
Mayor Carolyn Goodman speaks to the public about her thoughts on this bill.
For the public and a learning experience, we are forbidden as a council to meet 4 of us together under any circumstance for the opportunity to discuss business. And I always wait to make up my mind, do not proselytize and try and promote an idea or not, and wait for the input. Today, 2 things have happened. Now that Councilwoman Diaz has brought that up, I never even gave it a thought. My first reaction was, this is wonderful. We want to get the dogs and cats and animals off the street into care. That's the most important piece here. But no. That point that you have brought up asks me to say that prevents me from voting for this until it is clarified that what's reasonable. And again, so I feel terrible because I'm all for giving us all the right to have more animals.
Councilwoman Seaman motions to approve this bill. The motion passed with 4-2.
I would like to move to approve this bill.
Thank you very much.
With the First Amendment? The First Amendment just had some cleanup in it, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. With the First Amendment. Thank you.
Thank you. Please vote. There's a motion. And the motion carries.
We'll return with more news right after this break.
You're watching News 25, brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500. News 25, local news you can count on.
Well, the new year has arrived, and as people make their New Year's resolution, you may hear some talking about participating in Dry January. For those unfamiliar, it means not drinking any alcohol for the entire month. Alan Berkey with Cleveland Clinic says there are many health benefits.
The condition of your skin, the increased amount of energy that you have, if you're not replacing the alcohol with candy or sweets, because you may start to crave those a little more if you stop drinking. You'll definitely experience weight loss.
Other benefits of giving up alcohol include sleeping better, having more time for other hobbies, and even saving money. Alan Berkey, who is an alcohol and drug rehab counselor, encourages everyone to take part in Dry January. He says it can be a good time to reflect on your drinking habits and write down any goals you might have. He warns, however, that heavy drinkers need to be careful and should consult with their physicians before taking part. Withdrawal symptoms can be uncomfortable and in some cases deadly. Another tip he recommends is having some social support and avoiding possible temptations.
The number one thing to do is if they're trying to do a Dry January and they truly don't want to drink, the best thing to do is to avoid the situations. So if at all possible, not hang out in bars or nightclubs or go to parties where there's going to be heavy alcohol use.
Well, according to dietary guidelines for Americans on days when alcohol is consumed, men should have no more than 2 drinks and women should only have 1. Well, Pets Are Worth Saving has a very special dog that is full of energy and ready for adoption. Percy had a home for a long time, but was returned to the rescue and is now in need of a forever home.
Today's Save a Pet segment is made possible by Realty Executives in Action. Put the team at Realty Executives in action for you.
Hi, this is Percy from Paws. He is 9-year-old Shar-Pei mix. He originally came to us in 2017 and was just returned. He's 9 years old, but he's got so much energy and love, and he just makes anybody a great home. He's got lots of years left in him, and he is such a sweetheart. Percy is a black and brown Shar-Pei mix. You can find Percy on our website at nevadapaws.org, or you can call 775-253-5051 to find out more about him, or you can go into our store at 7121 Homestead Road.
News 25 WeatherCam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
All right, well, we're taking a look outside at that Mount Charleston snow. It's beautiful out there. We're going to find out what's in store for your weekend weather after this break.
News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Hi, good evening, Nevada. It's John Kohler from the KPVM Channel 25 Weather Studios and worldwide on the local BTV app, the app you need on your phone in 2023. Hey, look at this. Two weather twins, Fernley and Fallon at 44 degrees. Carson City and Tonopah stuck at 38. They're the Cool Spot Award winners. Tied, actually pretty good. Goldfield at 40 feels nice. 53 in Beatty, 56 out in Amargosa, but not a hot spot. Now it's Las Vegas today. Congratulations, 57 degrees. Out in Death Valley, it's a wonderful 67. And here in the Paradise of Pahrump, we're looking at 50 degrees right now. It was 56 a little bit earlier. Rejoice, rejoice. The winds are down to 7 miles per hour out of the northwest. Not too bad. Humidity also down 48% as the sun rose this morning at 6:55 a.m. Set this evening at 4:44. A great Chrysler engine and a good time for the sun to die. Look at that, a low tonight of 33 degrees. Can get a little chilly tonight, but that wind will be calm at 4 miles per hour. Humidity at 65%. Usually smells like rain, but as we head into the weekend, just clouds. Lots of clouds this weekend. We're tuning up for a rain event. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday looks like 74% chance of rain on Tuesday. Oh my goodness. 60% chance on Tuesday. We'll experience a little bit of moisture on Monday. It'll be a moist Monday with 14 and 16 mile per hour winds starting the week out. Finishing up the week at 61 degrees and cloudy skies, winds under 10 miles per hour. Not too bad. It's a 5-degree warming trend, and we like seeing that. All right, back to the desk. Here's Deanna.
Have a great weekend. Good night.